Hey guys, it's finally 2017, so I am going to start posting my year-end lists. I'm going to start with my most anticipated films of 2017. So 2017 is a really stacked year, mostly for blockbusters, but there's a lot of great indies coming out next year and Oscar bait films that I think are going to be really awesome. Before I start, here are a couple honorable mentions. The Bejeweled, which is Sofia Coppola's brand new film. War of the Planet of the Apes. God Particle, which is the brand new Cloverfield film. The Snowman, which is a mystery starring Michael Fassbender. Annihilation, which is the new film from the director of Ex Machina. And How to Talk to Girls at Parties. Alright, let's start off my top 20 list. Coming in at number 20 is Trainspotting 2. I haven't seen the first Trainspotting yet, but I am going to check it out really soon. But it always intrigues me when an indie film gets a sequel with the original cast. Coming in at number 19 is Christopher Nolan's brand new film, Dunkirk. I'm mixed on Christopher Nolan. I like some of his films, but there are others that I think are heavily flawed. But every time he comes out with a new movie, it is an event, and I get excited for it. And I think a war film is a perfect genre for Christopher Nolan to venture into next. Hopefully, it's one of his better films. Coming in at number 18 is Suburbanicon. It's a home invasion film directed by George Clooney and the Coen brothers, starring Matt Damon. I mean, do I have to say anything else? Coming in at number 17 is Split, which is M. Night Shyamalan's brand new film. This comes out in a couple weeks, actually, and I can't wait. It stars James McAvoy as a man who kidnaps these kids, and he has multiple personality disorder. M. Night Shyamalan, once a fantastic director, turned one of the worst directors ever, but he's making a comeback. The Visit was a great film, in my opinion, and apparently Split's even better, so I can't wait to see this. I've heard that James McAvoy's performance is incredible, and it's in Shyamalan's wheelhouse. It's a thriller, and I think it's going to be really great. Coming in at number 16, it's called Sidney Hall. It's about the downfall of an author played by Logan Lerman and his relationship with Elle Fanning. That's just one portion of the film. There's actually, I think, 3 portions, and it takes him through his entire life. So it's kind of like Moonlight, where it shows 3 parts of his life, and I think it's going to be really good. Premieres at Sundance, and the cast is stellar, so hopefully it's great. Coming in at number 15 is a film that I've expressed my skepticism about in the past, but I think that watching the trailer again, I think it could be really good. That is Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm honestly not a fan of Tom Holland. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, and the first Spider-Man is one of my favorite films of all time. But honestly, I don't think Tom Holland is a great Spider-Man, and I know that's really controversial, but he's just too young, and he doesn't have that charisma that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire had. But I'm going to give it a chance. I love Spider-Man, and I'm always excited when there's a new Spider-Man coming out. But I am very skeptical about this film, and I don't think I'm going to like it as much as the previous Spider-Man films. Coming in at number 14 is another film I don't know that much about. It doesn't even have a release date yet, but I think it's coming out in 2017, and that is Greta Gerwig's directorial debut, Ladybird. Ladybird is a coming-of-age film starring Saoirse Ronan, and I'm just excited that Greta Gerwig is directing a film. I mean, I think she's a very talented screenwriter and actress, and I can't wait to see her directing a coming-of-age film. Coming in at number 13 is the new film from one of my favorite directors, Downsizing, by Alexander Payne, the director of Nebraska, Sideways, and The Descendants. I think this is a really cool film. It comes out in December, right around Oscar season, and it's about a man who wants to shrink himself, and it stars Matt Damon. Also, I think Christoph Waltz is in it, so it should be really good. At number 12, we have Loving Vincent. This is the first film that is going to be animated entirely using paintings. I mean, how cool is that? And it's a Van Gogh biopic, so an animated, painted Van Gogh biopic. I mean, that sounds awesome. At number 11, Edgar Wright's new film, Baby Driver. I love Edgar Wright. He's only had 4 films, but the Cornetto trilogy is fantastic and one of my favorite series of all time. I don't like Scott Pilgrim as much as everyone else, but I do appreciate it, and I think it's a really fun film. And with Baby Driver, it seems he's going to take a more dramatic route. It'll probably have a lot of comedy, but it seems like it's more of a heist thriller film, and I can't wait. It's almost like if Edgar Wright directed Drive, so it sounds awesome, and it's coming out in August, so I can't wait. All right, now we're down to my top 10. At number 10, we have Beauty and the Beast. I've really liked most of the Disney live-action adaptations. I thought that Cinderella was great. The Jungle Book was pretty good, but the special effects were fantastic. But judging by the trailer, this is going to be way better than any of what Disney has put out so far. It just looks like a beautiful film, and I'm glad that Emma Watson is going to be playing Belle because it's a perfect casting choice. At number 9, we have Wonderstruck. Wonderstruck is a film that probably will be nominated for lots of Oscars, and it's directed by Tom Haynes, the director of Carol, and it's based off of the book written by the same author who wrote Hugo. And it's the same type of story, half told in writing, half told in pictures, but this time it's 2 separate stories, and one of the stories is going to be told completely as a silent film. At number 8, we have a sequel for one of my favorite films of 2015, Kingsman 2. I loved Kingsman. It was a blast. It had one of the best action sequences I've ever seen, and it just was an overall really fun movie. I really like Matthew Vaughn. He's one of my personal favorite directors, and I'm glad he's coming back for the sequel. I think this is going to be equally as good, if not better, than the original, and I can't wait. At number 7, we have Thor Ragnarok. I'm so excited for Thor Ragnarok, mostly because it's a buddy comedy with Thor and Hulk, and also because it's directed by Taika Waititi, who directed What We Do in the Shadows, Flight of the Conchords, and Hunt for the Wilder People. I just think he's going to bring really cool, quirky humor to the story. This is probably the segue into the Avengers meeting up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm really excited for this. At number 6, we have a tie between 2 animated films from one of my favorite, if not my favorite, production companies, Pixar. I love Pixar, even though some of their recent films haven't been up to par, like Finding Dory. I think that these 2 films are going to be fantastic. First, we got Coco, directed by the director of Toy Story 3. I mean, Toy Story 3 was phenomenal and one of the best Pixar films, and I think Coco's going to be really good. My only issue with Coco is that it looks kind of similar, actually really similar to The Book of Life, but knowing Pixar, it'll have a lot of heart and great animation. And the other film that Pixar is releasing is one that I wasn't looking forward to at all. I was actually dreading, and then I saw the teaser trailer and it blew my mind, and that's Cars 3. It looks like they're taking a very dark direction with Cars 3. It would be higher up on my list, but Cars 2 was not great, and the first Cars is one of the weaker Pixar films as well. So I'm hoping that Cars 3 can really redeem the series, but I'm not sure. But it looks like a really dark and gritty version, so I can't wait. Coming in at number 5 is Blade Runner 2409. This is one that looks incredible from the trailer, but also it's a Blade Runner sequel. I'm not a huge fan of the original, even though I really appreciate it, but Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite directors, and Ryan Gosling's one of my favorite actors, and I love that they're bringing Harrison Ford back. It's going to be incredible. I think it could even be better than the original, and it's coming out right in time for the Oscars, so it's going to be awesome. The cast is great, the director's great, and Ridley Scott's producing. Coming in at number 4 is a film that I personally believe could end up being the best superhero movie of all time, and that's Logan. Um, when I heard that they were making an R-rated Wolverine film, I was really opposed to it, but then I saw the trailer and it blew my mind. I mean, this trailer is incredible, and the song that they used just gave it a real emotional pull. This is Hugh Jackman's last appearance as Wolverine, and he's going out with a bang because this looks like a dark, a gritty film with a lot of emotion packed in there. I even believe it could be an Oscar contender. It looks like one of those films that's just going to blow everyone away, kind of like The Dark Knight. So, yeah, I'm hoping it's great. At number 3, we have a film that I cannot wait for. I've seen this trailer about, um, I don't know, 30 times probably, and that's Ghost in a Shell. I'm a big anime fan. I haven't seen the Ghost in a Shell series, but I'm planning on watching it really soon. But usually I'll admit that anime, live action anime adaptations are not very good. But this is a grounded anime, and I think that they can really pull it off and make a fantastic movie. It looks like The Matrix meets Blade Runner meets Inception meets Ex Machina. It's just crazy. It looks like all the greatest sci-fi classics put into one incredible film. The visuals look awesome. Scarlett Johansson is probably going to be great as this character, and I'm so excited. Also, I kind of get a Lost in Translation vibe. I know that's weird, and obviously it's going to be a lot more action-packed, but just some of the messages in the trailer kind of reminded me of Lost in Translation. At number 2, we have a film that I've been wanting for years, ever since I read the book, and that's Wonder. Wonder is honestly one of my favorite books of all time. I just fell in love with this book when I read it, and I can't wait to see the movie. Jacob Tremblay is a fantastic young actor, and I think he's going to be amazing as Augie Pullman. And it's the director of Perks of Being a Wallflower, one of my favorite films of all time. So yeah, hopefully it's awesome. And based on the screenshots they released, I think they did a really good job with showing the facial deformity of Augie. And although they probably used a lot of CGI, I think it looks as natural as they could get it. So I'm hoping it's as good as the book. And we have finally arrived at my number 1 pick. I think everybody knows what this is, and I think most people have this as their number 1. Star Wars 8. I mean, what else could make my number 1? Star Wars The Force Awakens was my favorite film of 2015. It just blew my mind. I didn't like Rogue One as much, not even close to as much. I thought it was okay. That was an anthology film. I'm more excited for the actual series, and Force Awakens was just a fantastic film. I personally believe it's the best of the Star Wars franchise. Actually, Empire Strikes Back is probably the best, but it is my favorite. And I can't wait to see these characters again. Rey, Poe, and Finn, of course. All these awesome characters on screen again. And the ending of Force Awakens blew my mind, so I'm really hyped for this. Thanks for watching this video, and if you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.